221. 221.
I'm in love with my Savior, and He's in love with me. He is with me from day to day. What a friend is He. Watches over me while I sleep. Hears me when I pray. I'm as happy as I can be, and I now can say, somebody loves me, answers my prayer. I love somebody, I know He cares. Somebody tells me not to repine. That somebody is Jesus, and I know He's mine. You'll be happy if you will let Jesus have His way. He has worked for us all to do every passing day. Feed the hungry and cheer the sad, for the sinner pray. You'll have joy that you ever had, and you then can say, somebody loves me, answers my prayer. I love somebody, I know He cares. Somebody tells me not to repine. That somebody is Jesus, and I know He's mine. Then at last our work is done, He will call us home to a mansion He has prepared, never more to roam. We'll sit down by the riverside, cares all passed away, and with never a pain to bear, what a happy day. Somebody loves me, answers my prayer. I love somebody, I know He cares. Somebody tells me not to repine. That somebody is Jesus, and I know He's mine.
Hey, 374. 374.
Lord. I am bound for that bright city, where the streets are paved with gold, where in peace I'll dwell forever.
I was gonna tell y'all that Kennison Revival at, Sunnyside this week, so y'all remember him not feeling good. I don't know if God's able to help him. I don't know, somebody else is gonna be helping too, but I can't remember who it was.
That's more.
I'll say I love the Lord and thank you for saving me. And, I'm thankful we do have a better place to go when this life's over. And we were singing that, "Is my Lord satisfied with me?" This song come on my heart. And to tarry here a little while, my brother, and work for the Lord and do what we can for Him. Just pray for us. Must have been a sad
Standing for all his disciples when Jesus was going away. But as he rose through the clouds, he left them this message. He said, "I'll come back for you this same way." Tarry here a little while, my brother. Tarry here and work while it's day. Tarry here, it won't be much longer till I come back to take you away. Now this road that I travel sometimes gets so rocky that it seems like I just can't go on. But the thought cheers my heart when I stop to remember. Very soon now we're all going home. Tarry here a little while, my brother. Tarry here and work while it's day. Tarry here, it won't be much longer till I come back to take you away. Amen.
Jane, can you sing Rejoice?
What was that?
Can you sing Rejoice?
It's out there, you did it.
Lord.
You got it? We got it, I think.
If not, then we pray Brother Keith.
Amen. I appreciate all this good singing. I'm thankful just to be in God's house. Glad what our hearts have been made to feel. I'm thankful that He is still in control. I'm glad it's a way of faith. It's there. We're going home one day after a while. We've got a better place to go, and I'm thankful for that. The Lord laid some scripture on our heart. If you have your Bibles in the book of 2 Kings, and the 3rd chapter, we'll try to read a few verses here. The Lord being our helper. But He knows everything about you. There, as we've said a lot of times, He knows what you've been through. Even before you was formed in the womb, He knew all about you. He knew there all the way up to this day and every other day you're going to live down here. He knows all about it there, and that's the kind of God I'm serving, and I'm thankful I can put my trust in Him. And I know that my natural hands will fail myself, but the Lord never fails, and I'm thankful for that. But in the 3rd chapter, there in the book of 2 Kings, there we'll try to read there a few verses here, the Lord being our helper. There we'll there just read there some down at the bottom. It says what? There we'll start with the 13th verse, or there, and it said, we'll back up a little bit more. The king of Israel said in the 10th verse, the king of Israel said, Alas, the Lord hath called these 3 kings together to deliver them into the hand of Moab. And Jehoshaphat said, Is there not here a prophet of the Lord, that we may inquire of the Lord by him? And one of the king of Israel's servants answered and said, Here is Elisha, the son of Shaphat, which poured water on the hands of Elijah. And Jehoshaphat said, The word of the Lord is with him. So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat and the king of Edom went down to him. And Elisha said unto the king of Israel, What have I to do with thee? Get thee to the prophets of thy father and to the prophets of thy mother. And the king of Israel said unto him, Nay, for the Lord hath called these 3 kings together to deliver them into the hand of Moab. And Elisha said, As the Lord of hosts liveth, before whom I stand, surely were it not that I regard the presence of Jehoshaphat the king of Judah, I would not look toward thee nor see thee. But now bring me a minstrel. And it came to pass, when the minstrel played, that the hand of the Lord came upon him. And he said, Thus saith the Lord, Make this valley full of ditches. For thus saith the Lord, Ye shall not see wind, neither shall ye see rain, yet the valley shall be filled with water, that ye may drink, both ye and your cattle and your beasts. There it says, and this is but a light thing in the sight of the Lord. He will deliver the Moabites also into your hand. There, so we'll stop reading right there for just a few minutes, and I'm thankful for the word of the Lord. There, brother, there, but the thoughts that come on our heart, there, you'll not see the wind. There, neither shall you see the rain. Yet the valley shall be filled with water. There, and I'm thankful there for that of God's word. There, and as we brother, begin to look here into this scripture, there, and we know that. There, brother, king of Israel, there, he was the son. There, brother, of Ahab, there, and you know Jezebel. There, brother, there, how that they had worked wickedness and turned away. There, the house of Israel. There, but the time came, there, brother, that the enemy had come. There, brother, there, he became king. There, the Moabites rebelled. There, brother, he asked that of the king of Judah, Will you go with me? There, brother, and that of Edom. There, brother, king of Edom. So the 3 kings went together. There, brother, as they headed on their journey, there they said, Which way should we go? There, brother, they said, By the way of Edom. There, brother, as they went there and they took their journey. There, brother, as the days passed by, there they ran out of water. There, brother, they was in a place there where they said, We need some help. There, brother, they said, What are we going to do? There, brother, aren't you glad there? There's always there. the man of God. And then, brother, they said, why, he's the one that. And they poured the water upon the hands of Elijah. And then they said, why, that'll do. And there, brother, in the world today, there's times. And there, brother, you're going to find yourself. And there, brother, there might be others there that says, we'll go with you and help you. And there, brother, but when you get in trouble, and there, brother, you're going to find they're there. And there, you're going to have to get to Jesus to find your help. And there, brother, I'm glad there that my help comes from the Lord. And there, brother, the maker of the heavens and the earth. And there, brother, one who's done all things well. And there, brother, but the Bible tells us that there, mighty Elisha didn't want to see him. And there, brother, because of the way that he'd been brought up. And there, brother, because they're there. And there, brother, the gods there of gold that they serve. And there, mighty, say, well, preacher, the Bible tells us he'd put away Baal. And there, mighty, but he didn't put them all away. And there, brother, but when trouble came in his life, and there, he said, it's of the Lord. And there, he said, I'm going to have to find some help from him. And there, brother, I'm glad. And there, whoa, there's many of them living there today. And there, brother, they're there. And there, when trouble comes their way, they know. And there, brother, they're where it come from. And there, why you say, preacher, they're the Lord. They didn't send them out there. And there, brother, but he put them in a place there where they had to call upon him. And there, brother, there, you need to realize. And there, mighty, there's not. And there, brother, there, the help of man, they'll only go so far. And there, brother, there, but that God has. And there, brother, there, Elisha told them it's just a small thing. And there, it's a light thing for the Lord there to deliver you. And there, there's we live today. And there, they should say, how in the world are we going to make it? And there, what in the world are we going to do? And there, my friend, there, you better just do what God bids you to do. And there, my friend, there is he. And there, brother, they came to the man of God there and said, there, we're going to die third. And there, my friend, there, the Bible said there that he told them. And there, brother, God said to do was for them to get out there and get to working. And there, brother, to dig the ditches. And there, you say, well, preacher, there wasn't no water there. And there, brother, there wasn't no help. And there, brother, but he said, go there and dig. And there, my friend, there, you say, well, preacher. And there, brother, there, and there, brother, if I do this, there, how am I going to be guaranteed? And there, that God's going to deliver. And there, brother, if God told you to do it, you just do it. And there, brother, this is a way of faith. And there, brother, if you want to see your nieces and nephews, your sons and daughters, and there, brother, your grandkids and great-grandkids saved. And there, brother, there, you need to do what God says do. And there, well, there you say, well, and there, brother, that was just 3 armies. And there, brother, don't you know they're there? And there, brother, there are those men, there's been 2 struggles together. And there, brother, they're all coming down to the same fate. And there, brother, they're going to die third. And there, brother, you can't go that long without water. And there, brother, there, they knew it. And there, brother, but before it got to that point, they said, we're going to ask God. And there, brother, which way to go. And there, we're going to ask God what to do. And there, brother, he said, just dig some ditches. And there, my friend, there, you say, well, and there, the order came down. And there, mind what they do, preacher, they just made the valley full of ditches. And there, mind, the Lord said, you're not going to see wind. And there, you're not going to see the rain. And there, my friend, there, but you're going to have water. And there, my, you need to realize today you might not see what you think. And there, brother, you say, well, preacher, there'd have to be a big storm come. And there, there'd have to be something there for that water. And there, brother, to to come that direction. But my friend, the same God that made the water, the same God that divides the water, the same one that speaks to the water. Oh, I'm thankful for the Spirit of God. Oh, I'm glad that brother, he send it. Brother, you might not see the wind. My friend, there are the storms of the rain. Brother, but I'm glad God will send just exactly what we stand in need of. Brother, God knew how many men were there. Brother, he knew how many cattle. Brother, how many horses, whatever was there. Brother, the beasts that they had. Brother, he said, you're going to have to make this valley full of ditches. Oh, I'm thankful to the Lord. Brother, how many times have you, brother, they're trying to do the work for the Lord, it just seemed like, brother, wasn't no use you dig. My friend, there in the ground, no doubt was dry. Brother, there you. My friend, there say, well, maybe it ain't no use. Brother, I want you to know that the help is on the way. Brother, you ain't going to see it like you think you're going to see it. Brother, but God's going to deliver. Why, preacher? Brother, that old song says God likes to work. Brother, when nothing else can. Brother, ain't nothing too hard for the Lord. Brother, he's able to take. My friend, and make something out of nothing. Brother, took the very dust to the ground and poured my hand. My there said, why just take. Brother, dig a little bit. Brother, make it full. Brother, I'm thankful to the Lord. Oh, there, he's been so good to every one of us. Brother, but have you ever been weak in the Lord? Have you ever been in a place that was dry? Have you ever been in a place, my friend, there where it felt like you was about? My friend, there to die third. Brother, you know what? Brother, every time the Lord always gives them a work to do first. Brother, this is a way of faith. If you believe God, brother, you're going to have to do what He says. The whole duty of man. Brother, to fear God, keep His commandments. The Lord will give you a work to do. My friend, how do you say, well, I'm too weak or I'm not strong enough. Brother, the Lord's not going to put no more on you than you can bear. Brother, but He'll give you what you need to get it done. Brother, He said, just make this valley full of ditches. Brother, I thought about the widow. Brother, over there where her husband had died. My friend, brother, the creditors had come to get her two sons, and she went to the man of God. And he said, what do you have in the house? Brother, she said, I have nothing but a little pot of oil. Brother said, go to the bar vessels, not a few. Brother, they went all. Brother, they had to gather in all the vessels. Brother, closed the doors and she filled them all full. Brother, there was no more vessels, but the pot was still fine. Brother, there still stayed. My friend, there they went and sold the dead. No matter God said, why? They're paying dead there. You can live on the rest of it. I'm glad that the Lord paid the dead. Brother, I'm glad I can live on the rest of it. Brother, there what I have, brother, the world can't take away from me. Brother, what God has promised. Oh, I'm thankful there when Moses stood in the Red Sea. Brother, the Lord said, stretch forth your rod. Oh, you say, well, preacher, that wasn't a big word. Oh, I'm glad obedient. Brother, better than sacrifice. Brother, the Lord sent the wind. Brother, roll them back. You say, well, preacher, in this instance, there was no wind. There was no rain. Ain't you glad of the Lord? Brother, He don't have to do the same thing twice. Brother, when He saved me, He didn't have to save me again. And there, brother, there I was saved in it. And there, my friend, there on the Thursday night. And there, brother, there in the little altar. And there, brother, you might have been saved in the daytime. You might have been saved in the house. And there, brother, out in the yard. And there, brother, in the car, wherever you was. And there, brother, but it didn't stop the Lord from saving you. And there, brother, He took what they had. And there they had a dry valley. And there, my friend, there, brother, there all they could do was dig ditches. And there, I'm thankful to the Lord. And there, whatever He requires of you, just do it. And there, brother, even though you don't see the wind nor the rain. And there, brother, God's going to deliver with His Spirit and His power just like He said He would. And there, brother, there you just believe God. And there and do what He bids you to do. Therefore, there, brother, there we said this is a way of faith. There, brother, it took faith believing. And there upon Jesus Christ to find salvation. And there, brother, and I found it's been a way of faith along the journey. And there, brother, there's been a whole lot of times there that we and there wondered where it was coming from. And there, brother, the Lord never failed. And there, my friend, I can tell you stories and you can tell me. And there, my friend, there, that your testimony where there's times that you're low. And then, brother, God lifted you up. And then, brother, there's times when you didn't understand. And then, my friend, and the Lord just, and there took you up in His arms. And there, I'm thankful for my God. And there, brother, He said there, I will not leave you comfortless, but I will come to you. And there, you say, well, preacher, He sent that in the Spirit. And there, my friend, there, but He said, I'll come to you. And there, brother, I'm glad He loves every one of us the same. And there, brother, ain't nobody. And there, my friend, there, that He don't hear. And there, my, you say, well, preacher, there, they some. And there, just don't believe. And there, brother, these men believe they're enough to get out there and start digging. And there, you say, well, preacher, there, somebody told them to. And there, the king there told the commanders, and they come down and they had to dig them. And there, my friend, there, I'm thankful to the Lord. And there, brother, I'm glad I got it. And there, brother, I got some instruction from a long time ago. And there, brother, it's come down through different men. I've heard it preached. And there, brother, we look through the lives of the one in that book. And there, brother, I'm glad when it gets to me, I still know where the direction come from. And there, it come from the one man. And there, brother's going to deliver. And there, you think about the other. There, my, throughout the word. And there, my friend, there was. And there, brother, the blind man over there. And there, brother, there was the Lord tell him, said, just go down there to the. And there, brother, He made spittle of the clay. And there, my friend, there put it on his eye and said, go down to the pool and walk. And there, brother, when he did, and there he come a seeing. And there, why did God not just say, oh, or Jesus say, open your eyes, be open? And there, brother, why didn't He do it this way or that way? And there, brother, He done it different ways. And there, my friend, there, and I believe there's according to their faith. And there, brother, I'm glad there He give us all the work to do. And there, brother, now how did that blind man get to the pool? And there, brother, I'm thankful to the Lord. I don't know if somebody helped you. And there, brother, but I believe he walked. And there, I'm thankful they're there. And there, when you do what the Lord tells you to do, and there, brother, you're going to see a result of it. And there, you say, well, preacher, I want to see this and that. And there, brother, but I'm glad there. And there, brother, there, just a still small voice will do. And there, brother, just a touch from the Master's hand. And there, just some peace down on the inside. And there, oh, there these men. And there, brother, they was going out. And there, my friend, there you. And there, brother, they got in trouble, got to the man of God. He said there, God told me to dig some ditches. And there, my brother, then He said, you'll not see. And there, brother, there, the wind, you'll not see the rain. And there, brother, they would. And there, brother, no doubt there in our lives, a lot of times we want God to answer a certain way. And there, brother, we're looking for God to move in a mighty way. And there, brother, but the Bible said this water just can't came. There, brother, from Eden. There, my friend, there from the land of Edom. There, my, you say, well, preacher. There, brother, it's just a river stars. There, my friend, I'm glad God can send it any way He wants to. There, brother, it's in the valley. There, brother, it's full of ditches. There, the Bible said the water just came. There, oh, I'm thankful to the Lord. There, brother, if you ever been. There, brother, in a place where the Spirit just comes. There, my friend, there, you say, well, preacher, we didn't do nothing to deserve it. There, my friend, there, we never will be able to. There, brother, but I'm thankful He'll send what we need when we need it. There, brother, you might not. There, I've seen it a lot of times when the Lord saved my soul. There, I didn't hear the lightning, or see the lightning flash. There, I didn't hear the thunders roll. There, I didn't jump up, down, shout, and run all over the house. There, brother, but a sweet. Oh, there, that load of sin was lifted off of me. That peace come down on the inside. There, brother, I knew something happened to me. There, brother, there, those that was around me. There, brother, they're praying for my salvation. There, brother, and I thank God for it. There, but I was already saved. There, brother, when I got up from there, I had something to tell. There, they didn't know. There, brother, that the Spirit had come. There, brother, they didn't know. There, my friend, what God had done. There, brother, but I got to tell them. There, oh, there, the work was in me. There, brother, I'm thankful He's still a Savior today. There, how many? There, brother, the other. There, my friend, there where He come down, the widow woman had. There, brother, there, the cruse of oil and the barrel of meal. There, my friend, there said, I'm just going to make a little. There, brother, we're going to make the last little old bit. There, and then we're going to die. There's a famine in the land. There, this is all we got. We ain't got nothing else. This is the very last. There, mine, he said, just make me one first. There, make me a little old cake first. There, brother, she obeyed. There, brother, God had already told her, I'm sending a man down your way. There, my friend, ain't you glad of the Lord? There, you say, well, when he got there, there, she told him what her plan was. There, he said, do this work first. There, and brother, that's what she does. There, ain't you glad of the Lord? There, my, you say, well, preacher, there she had a choice. There, brother, what about her son? There, brother, you know what any good mama would do? There, my friend, if they wouldn't have been enough of her too, she would have given to the man of God, she'd have given to her son. There, brother, she'd have went without, but she didn't have to. There, brother, I'm thankful to the Lord fed her. There, whoa, preacher, why? There, brother, because she obeyed God. There, brother, she obeyed the word that was there given to her to do. There, you might not see it. You say, a preacher, there they didn't go out and plant the field. There, brother, they didn't wait for the crop to come in and grind it. There, brother, but every time they went, there, brother, the cruse of wool didn't fail. There, brother, that barrel of meal there, it didn't fail. There, brother, I believe there every time they went to it, there's enough. There, brother, when they put it back up there, I believe there's always enough. Oh, I'm thankful to the Lord. There, my preacher, because God, there, brother, He said it's just a light thing. There in the sight of the Lord. There, brother, to take care of you, it's just a light thing. There, brother, it's not hard for God to help you. There, all these things that seem so difficult in your life. There, where you say, God, I can't even see how you can do it. There, brother, it's just a light thing. There, brother, I'm glad He's in control. There, I'm glad He still takes care of His people. There, you say, preacher. There, why? There, if He had all that power. There, my friend, there, why didn't He just give it to them? There, why didn't He make them? There, brother, there, when they got in trouble, they they went to the man of God. And there, my friend, ain't you glad we got an advocate with the Father? And there, Jesus Christ. And there, brother, there's many that say, and there, brother, I've tried to do things on my own, Brother Bernard, and I've come up short. And there, brother, I know what it is to stay up. And there, brother, work day and night. And there, brother, I'm still not having up. But I know what it is to say, Lord, and there, my friend, there, I'm just going to put in your hands and let him just take care of all of it. And there, brother, just see him work. It's a light thing. And there, brother, how many times have you said, well, and there, just amazing, just a miracle. And there, brother, I'm thankful there to my Lord. And there, brother, there, he's still. He's a specialist in everything. And there, brother, miracles are just a light thing. And there, brother, all that he's done. Brother, and all that he's going to do. There, brother, there, it's beyond what you and I can do. I can't save a soul from hell, but he can. There, my friend, there, I can't. There, that song says, I know a man who can. There, brother, I can't take a soul that sins sick. There, my friend, wash him whiter than the snow, but I know a man who can. There, brother, I can't. There, you know, there's a lot of folks down here we've tried to help along the journey. There, my friend, there, and there, brother, some there. There, you can see there, God was in it. Sometimes we see God wasn't in it. There, my friend, there, they never got out of one. There, my friend, there's always a there, my friend, they're begging and complaining. There, my friend, there, but what did God do when he done this work? And there, brother, he sent there. And there, brother, what they needed, and he said, now you go take. And there, brother, that is the enemy. And there, my friend, that is the spoil. And there, brother, he blessed that of the family. And there, brother, he blessed that of all the ones that come together. And there, brother, I want you to know I'm in a and there, my friend, there, I'm a fighting. And there, on the side of right. And there, brother, it's not a fleshly battle, but it's a spiritual battle. And there, brother, my God has time every time. And there, brother, took away from the enemy. And there, brother, and blessed me. And there, brother, I'm thankful my God's able to do all things. Brother, nobody can stop him. There, brother, but I want you to know, there, my friend, you're not going to see the wind. There, my friend, there, ye shall not see wind, neither shall you see rain. There, yet the valley shall be filled with water, that ye may drink, both ye and your cattle and your beef. There, brother, the Lord's going to take care of everything they have. There, my friend, there, said you're not going to see it the way you think it'll have to be. There, brother, I don't know what you're looking for God to do. There, brother, I don't know what you've been praying for. There, but brother, I'm going to tell you there. There, I sat on the bench and the Lord put this on our heart. There, I didn't even know where to start to read or stop. There, but my friend, I want you to know it might not be the way you think it's going to be. There, brother, but it's going to get done. There, brother, when the Lord works, no man can hinder. There, brother, no man can stop it. There, why you say, preacher, there it looks like. There, all hope is lost. There, oh, I'm thankful to the Lord. There, brother, the disciples is over there on the sea. There, they sang that little old song. And then here comes Jesus walking on the water. There, brother, there's going to be storms in your life. There, but the one that said, let's go to the other side. There, my, you said, a preacher, he would have passed him by. But they cried out for fear. There in mine, ain't you glad of the Lord? There, he's the one that got close enough to let him see him. There, my friend, and I can imagine the Lord. There, and I've said this a lot of times. There, you think about how that boat was. There, up and down in the waves. I don't believe Jesus was just popping up and down. I believe he was just walking straight across. There, my friend, there the waves. There, my friend, there they had to obey him. There, my friend, there. You say, well, preacher, there he had. How could they see him in the darkness? The only kind of light they had. There was some kind of fire. There, brother, in that kind of storm, what kind of light would you have? There, my friend, I'm glad Jesus is the light of the world. There, my friend, there the storm was at. There, my friend, had a bad. There, brother, it had been darkness, and the moon wouldn't have been shining. There, brother, there the clouds. There, the storm are rolling. There, Jesus will come to where you're at. He'll let you see Him. It'll be up to you to cry out to Him. Now you say, preacher, oh, in the dark, there I can't see Him. There, brother, I'm thankful to the Lord. I know He's there.
Bless him.
How do you know, preacher? When I was in darkness, there, brother, He became a marvelous light in my heart, my soul. And there, I'm thankful I've got one I can call on. I've got one. And there, my friend there that will tell me what I need to do first. There, brother, there's many examples through the Word. There where that Jesus told them they had to do something. There, brother, when Zacchaeus was up in the sycamore tree, there he said, come down, for I'm going to your house today. There if he'd stayed up in the tree, there, brother, wouldn't have done him no good. There if he'd have said, get away from me, go on, Lord, wouldn't have went to his house. There, but he obeyed. There, my friend, there, you just obey what God told you to do. There, my, you say, well, preacher, there's something we not ought to do. There, my friend, there, you say, well, preacher, I don't know if God's in it. Brother, let me tell you, there if God puts it on your heart, there, my friend, you just need to do what He said. There, my friend, there, I heard a testimony one time. There, brother, from a man there, brother, there that was lost. There, my friend, he'd come into a church, and there the Lord there dealt with him. There, my friend, there, he wasn't sure. There, brother, he didn't really know a whole lot about it. There, but he said, Lord, if it's really you. There, my friend, there, just let, there, brother, a silly thing. He said, just let one of those men up there fall down and do a push-up in the floor. There, my friend, there, and then there was a deacon that was there. There, and the whole time, Lord told him he needed to just get down and do a push-up in the floor. There, brother, he said, Lord, that's there, brother, that ain't nothing that you would tell me to do. I know that's not of you. There, brother, but finally he got so strong. There, brother, he just got down there on the floor and done what the Lord told him to do. He said, preacher, that's a silly thing. The boy come down. There, brother, he found the Lord. There, he said, preacher, is God going to do that? He's not going to do that every time. There, my friend, there, you're not going to always get what you want. There, brother, but because of that boy's ignorance and not knowing. There, brother, there, I'm thankful to the Lord. He said, a wayfaring man, though it be a fool, should not hear therein. There, brother, I'm glad the old deacon, there, brother, got down on the floor. There, brother, there, my thankful. You say, preacher, I'm not going to get out. I'm not going to do anything. There, brother, I'm glad there's folks praying in the altar before I ever got there. There, brother, I'm glad there's folks praying at home before I ever come to the house. There, brother, I'm glad there's folks willing to do. There, whatever God bid to do. Sometimes He bids you to sing a song. There, my friend, you say, well, preacher, I just don't want to get up in front of folks. There, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that. There, friend, obedience is better than sacrifice. You don't know what God's going to do out of that. You say, well, preacher, there, they had to dig ditches. There, yeah, brother, but I'm going to tell you, there, brother, the Lord brought the victory and they had the water that they needed. There to go on. I'm glad God's always given me everything I've needed. There, why you say, preacher? There, my, there, has He give you everything you wanted? No. There, my friend, because a lot of times we'll think we want something. There, brother's just like a little old kid. There, brother, they want this, want that, everything you see they want. There, brother, got to be a good mom or daddy say, no, you can't have that. There, no, you don't need that. There, and then they give them what they need. There, brother, that's the way the Lord does it. There, how many times have you said, oh, I wish I could have this or I wish I could have that. There, and then you never did get it. There, brother, there, and then there, brother, the Lord just set you down and fed you in the presence of you. There, brother, anointed your head with oil, your cup running over. Oh, there, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And there, I'll dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And there, brother, there's some better things in this old world. And I'm going to tell you, there, it may not come. There, brother, the way you think it ought to, or the way you got it all figured out in your mind. There, brother, but if you'll just do what God said. If He tells you to dig a ditch, dig a ditch. And there, my friend, there, if He tells you to get up and pray, get up and pray. If He tells you to get up and sing a song, get up and sing a song. If He tells you to get up and preach, you get up and preach. Now there, brother, I'm thankful for it. You say, preacher, folks won't like it. Now there, my friend, now I'm thankful to the Lord. I don't worry about what people think. Now there, they may be a whole lot of them don't like me. Now there, brother, but I'm going to tell you this, all I can say, you better like Jesus. Now there, brother, He's the one that's done all things well. He ain't never done nothing wrong. Now there, you say, preacher, there, I'm going to blame God for this or that. Brother, when you start looking in your life, there, my friend, what do you really deserve? There, brother, when you start looking in your life, there, I'm thankful to the Lord that there's some understanding. There, brother, of the love of God. There, brother, you and I, there, it takes a little while for us to understand some of these things. There, we think if God really loved us, there, brother, if He really loved this world, He wouldn't let things happen the way that happened. There, brother, He wouldn't send there these storms. He wouldn't do all these things. There, brother, what come in their life? Trouble come, and they had to call on the Lord. There, brother, if they had called on their gods of gold, it wouldn't have done them no good. All the gold in the world, there wouldn't have saved them. Because they needed water. There, brother, I'm going to tell you, the things of this old world is not going to save you. There, brother, you need that of the Spirit of the Lord. There, brother, you need that of the salvation of Jesus Christ. That's the only thing going to save you. Do what He tells you to do. There, brother, He'll do the rest. He'll do the things that are hard to you, and He'll tell you that's just a light thing. There, brother, I'm thankful to the Lord. You say, well, preacher, have you ever thanked Him? I sure have. There, brother, He's done things in our life that was so hard for me. And it was just, He just spoke the word. There, brother, it didn't take no, there, brother, it didn't take, there, brother, no great thing for God to do. He just speak. He just spoke peace in my heart. There, brother, He can do the same for you today. Do what He bid you to do. There in church, I'm going to tell you, it's not going to come the way you think it's going to come. There, brother, there, if you say, well, preacher, this has to happen, that has to happen, this has to happen, I'm going to tell you, God don't work that way. Oh, I'm thankful to the Lord. There, brother, He'll move, and no man can do nothing about it. There, my friend, there, Daddy always says, there ain't enough devils in hell. Brother, there to hinder what God does. And I'm thankful for that. Let's stand to our feet and come on with a song. I don't know what you, there's been a trouble in you. There, brother, I don't know. There, my friend, there, what you've asked of the Lord. But I can tell you this, if you'll just do what He bids you to do. There, my friend, then He'll do His work. There, you say, well, preacher, He could have set them water without them digging ditches. He sure could have. There, my friend, but He requires a work out of me and you. I had to come to Him to find Him. He could have come to me, and there he could have chased me down, but He don't do that. He says, come to me. And if you'll come, you can find life, and I'm thankful for it. What's your number?
54, church hymn.
Amen. While they sing, you feel a need to pray, the song was always over.
Have faith in God. Believe on
My way of believing.
He'll answer
Praying into
every earnest prayer.
and the faith, the Bible says faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Come to the
Brother, this army that had seen no water, brother, they had to dig the ditches. The wind didn't blow, the rain didn't come.
every care.
No doubt in that area of land, they was all wishing it would start raining. Brother, it didn't come that way. Brother, the Lord just sent it through the valley. Brother, by the way,
In God.
I knew each one had everything they stood in. Say, preacher, I need this, that, and the other.
Faith in God.
Brother, God sent them what they
And
had.
doubting never.
Oh, He's able to strengthen you. He's able to help you in whatever devil you're in. Brother, in the work of the Lord, God's people need His Spirit. Brother, they need to feel that from above. Give them strength
Have faith in God. He answers prayer.
I appreciate that, Brother Bernard. I'm glad he still hears and answers prayers. Brother, they went and got a message from God, and it was to get to work. Now you say, preacher, that's not what I want to hear from the Lord. I want him to just do the work. Brother, he has a work for every one of us to do. The Bible said we're saved into good works. And brother, that's how we reach others. That's how we show others out of our faith. He said, you can tell me about your faith or show me your faith without your works, but I'll show you mine by my works. Brother, we have to, why do you come to church every Sunday? Why do you do what you do? My friend, I do because I believe him. I'm looking for him to do a work, and in the meantime, I want to do my work for him and whatever he bids me to do. But it's just good to be here this morning. So, wonder if anybody else has got anything on your heart. Amen.
I'll say again, I love the Lord and thank you for saving my soul. I'm thankful to be here this morning. Just thankful for the message. I'm thankful our God can do anything. I'm just thankful to be saved, you know, and just how you already said, you know, even though they had a need, they still had a work they had to do. And I feel like that is with us, you know, we still got a work to do. There may be a need, but God He can fulfill it if we'll just do what He says to do. Just appreciate being here.
Appreciate that. Anybody else?
I love the Lord today, Brother Keith. I'm thankful that I'm saved. I'm thankful to be here too. Thankful to be able to feel His presence once again in my heart today. Thank you for the message. Thank you for what God sent. Appreciate it. Help me.
Appreciate that. Anybody else? We're glad of everybody that's come. Let's be much in prayer for these that wasn't able to be with us. Remember service tonight at 6 o'clock. You invite somebody to come, and you come. And nobody else has anything on your heart. Just shake hands one with another. You're at liberty to go. Come back and come pray. Amen.